Now, in a few weeks' time, London will be swept up in the colour and the spectacle of Batuke, a 4-day festival celebrating the dance and culture of Portuguese-speaking African nations. Since it was founded back in 2009, the festival has gone from strength to strength, and the organisers promise that this year will be even better, with acclaimed dancer Iris De Brito among the top highlights. Well, I'm delighted to welcome Iris De Brito. She's the creative director of the Batuke Festival. She joins me in the studio. Very good morning to you.
Good morning. Thanks.
You're obviously very excited by this.
Yes, of course.
I mean, it's a huge thing. It really is a big deal. So where do you start in terms of organising it, getting people to come over and just advertising it to the capital? It's open to everyone.
It's different channels where we advertise, of course. We actually start as soon as the last one finishes.
That was last year.
Yeah, but as soon as it finishes, the week after, we start on the year that comes.
So you don't waste any time, really, do you?
Yeah, we can't. Yeah, we can't afford it. So it goes through all different channels. It goes through the media, goes through the radio. We have different partners. We also go abroad a lot to a lot of other festivals as well, and actually promoting our festival
there.
So
you also get lots of foreign visitors taking part as well.
A lot of foreign visitors coming to London through the festival, definitely.
So are they primarily from African countries, or are we really talking across the board, the United States? Wherever they hear about it, they're fascinated. It's like, hey, let's get on the plane and come over.
It's pretty much the second option, yeah. It's if they see it, it's something that it's a kind of dance and music that is really exploding, a little bit like salsa was a few years back, and people from all over. I mean, I've gone to places like Kazakhstan to teach.
So they're actually into this as well in Kazakhstan.
They are into this in Kazakhstan. So
it's the power of the word, it's the power of the net, it's the power of everything. I mean, it has its roots in this umbrella title, Afro-Luso.
Yeah.
So tell us about the Afro-Luso culture. I mean, what is it? What countries does it embrace?
The countries that are embraced are the countries in Africa that are Portuguese-speaking. So they share a lot of commonalities, of course, not just because of the language, but how, obviously, all the crossovers that happened. And within that, it created a culture that is very much understood throughout these countries.
So when you talk about these countries, you're talking about the likes of, for example, Angola,
Cape Verde, São Tomé e Príncipe, Mozambique, Brazil as well, to a big extent. So, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Which isn't really that surprising with Brazil, because Brazil does have a very large black community.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. But they have a lot of dances. Even one of their biggest export, the samba, it comes directly from Angola culture. So yeah, it's very connected, definitely.
I mean, is there a cross-fertilization between these countries, which have the Portuguese language and other cultural links in common, with perhaps other parts of the African continent?
I think so, yeah, most definitely. There's always influences, of course, but I've got to say it's quite specific to these countries. Most African countries don't have a lot of partner dances, for example. And Angola, Cape Verde, Mozambique, they have a lot of partner dances because of this influence.
When you say partner dances, you're talking about men and women dancing together?
Yeah, that's right, that's right.
And just looking at this, I mean, it's wonderful, it's very energetic, it looks like great fun. But it's only now, it seems, that we're hearing about this in London. Why has the Afro-Luso culture been so underrepresented, in your opinion?
I'm not sure why, but I think it's just a question also of economics. We had, Angola especially, we had 27 years of war. So now that that's finished, Europe is in crisis as well. Angola is a big emerging market. And also Portuguese is been recognized by the British Council as the 6th most spoken language in the world. So all these emerging economies and stuff are actually contributing to this culture to come up and people really being aware of what's going on.
Well, that's interesting, because you go back to those events of 2008, 2009, where we actually saw the banking system globally appearing to go into meltdown. Everybody was terribly depressed, but in the case of Afro-Luso, it was actually a great turning point. It's actually lit something huge.
Yes, it definitely has, because one of the biggest consequences witnesses to that is that a lot of people, for example, from Portugal have immigrated to Angola to start businesses. But not just Portugal, there's people from a lot of other countries now, because now the economy is opened. So there's a lot of emerging economies and businesses in Angola, and a lot of people are going to try and make a business. So it's quite interesting being there at this point, yeah.
I mean, it's interesting because when you first started putting this together about 5 or so years ago, it was very difficult to get the funding, and just reading the research, it just reached a stage where you basically had to fund it yourselves, you and your associates.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's something that is still not viewed in that manner. We are pushing these buttons. We want to obviously get funded and make people aware that actually this is something that people do want. You know, not just people who are directly related to it, but those who are not at all are interested in this. And I think one of the reasons as well is that through also the partner dances, not just the African urban dances, but through the partner dances, there's a special connection. And when you are in places like London, there's a lot of single people. There's a lot of people living by themselves. There's a lot of people.
It's a great dating service.
It's not a dating service.
No, it's a great way of meeting people if the internet's failed to hook you in with the right partner.
It's a way of meeting people. You know, we do live in a society we don't have a lot of human contact. And when you have a dance that brings people together in such a manner, even though unlike tango is not so rigid and so technical, people are more open to it, because then it's a chance to actually meet somebody and be so close to somebody so quickly. So yeah, that's definitely attractive.
I was a little bit scared though when I read the information on this, because Albert Rojas, who I mentioned in the introduction, there was something about boot camp, dance boot camp. Now that struck me as a little bit frightening. I thought that dancing was supposed to be fun, not militaristic.
I think it's a word that's commonly used now to kind of say, okay, this is going to be an intensive. So we have like a beginner's boot camp for Kizomba, which is one of the main dances of the festival, and this for people like yourself that can come in. If you've never tried Kizomba, you can.
Well, I have 2 left feet, so I'm writing myself as a dancer immediately.
This is absolutely fine. No, the learning curve for Kizomba is actually quite quick. It's not as technical as salsa, at least in the beginning. So it's open to all levels. The festival is open to all levels. People who have 3 left feet can come in. People who are more advanced, they can go to Albert Rojas boot camp. That's absolutely fine. Do you actually know where he's from?
No, I don't, but do tell.
He's from Panama.
He's Panamanian?
Yeah.
And he's a big star in Panama, as I understand it.
He's a big star in the Kizomba world.
Good
and
Lord.
He comes from...
So it's a fait accompli that somebody who is this successful is willing to teach people like me with 2 left feet, whose idea of dancing is this. to actually come over here and say, look, you can do it, bring out the dancer in us.
Yes, he travels all over the world. I mean, I did festivals for 15 years, traveling all over the world, teaching people to dance. So it's definitely a way for people to connect, and that people look to meet other people and socialize, really. So, yeah.
Okay, well, look, Iris, it sounds absolutely fantastic. The graphic tells us that it's on from the 22nd to the 25th of August. I mean, where does it all start? We need to follow the trail.
Where does it start? It starts next week, and it starts on Friday. So what happens, we have a welcome event, welcome party. So people arrive, there's a class, an introductory class, so people get into learning a few moves.
Right.
Then there's the socialization. Then Saturday and Sunday is full of workshops, seminars, dance classes. So that's,
okay, so the buzzword is party. Where is the party?
Yes, there's 3 nights of parties, yes. But there's also performances. Every single night there's a performance. On Saturday we have actually a 1-hour seated performance as well. So, yeah.
Right, but is it dispersed around the capital, or is there one particular place where everyone hooks up?
Place,
and
yes.
where is that particular place?
It's at the 229, which is a multi-purpose venue in London, in Great Portland Street.
Excellent. So it's central London. Bring your shoes, bring your wine, and bring good cheer.
Bring good cheer, that's it. That's all you need.
Excellent. Iris De Brito, we'll leave it there, but thank you so much for joining us, and good luck with the festival. My pleasure. Thank you.